This video contains information on survival bushcraft for educational and demonstration purposes only. Nothing in this video should be taken as a recommendation or endorsement of undertaking bushcraft survival activities or its suitability for any individual person or child. Participation in Outdoor Skills for Kids Proprietary Limited activities is outlined in the Terms of Service and Liability Waiver contained within the course information where you acknowledged, agreed and understood prior to and a prerequisite to participation in all Outdoor Skills for Kids Proprietary Limited activities.
Hi, my name is Ty from Outdoor Skills for Kids, and in this video I'm going to go through on how to make a throwing stick. So yeah, I've got a good illustration of what a throwing stick looks like. It's got that natural curve, and the bottom end of the throwing stick is flat and the top end is curved. It's got a curved top. So it's a lot like an aeroplane wing where the top section is curved. The airflow actually flows a lot quicker over that top section and slower over the bottom. And what that does is it creates a low pressure at the top and a high pressure at the bottom, which means that as we throw the stick, it's going to want to lift the same way as an aeroplane wing lifts up a plane. That is the design of our throwing stick. So that throwing stick I've already whittled, and I'm just going to go through and show you how I'm going to whittle this log or this branch into a throwing stick. So what I'll do is I can see that the curve is bending in over here. It's curving, so that's going to be our throwing angle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to whittle this down with an axe, make it a flat bottom at the bottom over here, and then I'm going to curve the top. And the length of the throwing stick is roughly the length of your arm. So that's the ideal length. So let me show you of how I'm going to whittle this. I might fast forward that section, but you'll get a view of how I'm going to be doing that. Okay, so I've got my chopping station. I've got my favorite forest axe. I really love this forest axe. I forged this myself. I made it to be super light so that it's quite dexterous, and I can maneuver this axe really easily, and it's not overwhelming with too much weight. So remember, so the way we're going to throw the stick is in that direction, because the inner curve, the concave section, is the part that we're going to throw towards in that direction. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten out the bottom part over here. Okay, I've got the first part, got my flat section there on the first half. So I'll flip this around, making sure that it's safe to chop, and I'll just flatten out that last section over there. Okay, about 5 minutes worth of chopping, and we've got our flat section all the way from the head all the way towards the handle. So the next job we're going to do is we are just going to chop the curved section for the top section, because remember, the curved section has to be on the top. That acts like the aeroplane wing, which creates that low pressure and allows the stick to stay up in the air for a bit longer. Okay, so I managed to knock most of the bark off, and there's still quite a bit of weight to this throwing stick, so I'm just going to take a bit more off the flat section, and then naturally take quite a bit off of the top section. So I might just fast forward this component as I keep chopping. Okay, so here we have it. I've got that side rounded off at the top. Bottom is nice and flat, so that when I throw this like that to go in that action, again, that flat surface over there will act as a high pressure. The air flowing over the top of this forms a low pressure, and our stick as it throws will want to lift. I think I'm going to clean this up a little bit more, just to take off a little bit more weight. The thicker end of the stick, the heavier end over here, is at the bottom. So as we throw it, that's where the momentum is going to come from. The momentum is going to spin the stick. And that inner cutting edge over here, that sharp edge, that is what will strike our target. Okay, so you hold the stick over there. I'm just gonna take off some of those splinters like that off there. Okay, so as you can see over here, we've got the rounded top, the flat bottom, but I've also rounded the bottom tip over there. So this is a nice smooth finish with the axe, but I'm just going to smooth it off a bit more with my knife to get a nice polished or smooth finish, and that will allow this flying stick to fly nicely through the air. So remember guys, handling an axe can be quite dangerous, so always have adult supervision and always make sure that the adults are confident in using the axe, because this is a dangerous tool. So I'll crack onto it and finish off this throwing stick and show you the final product. Jada! Jada! Can you come here please? Huh? With the expert help of my daughter, we managed to get this throwing stick 99% done. All that's left is just to give this one final sand to get it a nice, very smooth finish, because that's going to allow the airflow to go over really nicely and smoothly, so that we have, you know, a really linear and not a turbulent airflow that will allow that stick, you know, to levitate or lift up off the ground a little bit longer. It's nice and long, so it's suited really for my arm and my weight. The balance is perfect for me. It's a little bit heavier in the front, because that's where a lot of that momentum is going to come, that spinning momentum is going to come forward. So all that's left is to give this a test try. I think we'll go down to the field and see how it throws. Pretty excited for this one.